Well, I like when he was like on Plan C. They're like, Plan C is Plan A.
But it's tainted now, so we're going to Plan C. We're going to go to Plan D now, but isn't there Plan B? No, Plan B's tainted, so we're going to do Plan D.
And welcome back to the greatest show on earth. Today I'm joined with my ever lovely co-hosts Daniel and Adolfo, and today we're going to be going over Dungeons and Dragons: Honor Among Thieves, starring Chris Pine, Michelle Rodriguez, Regine Page, Justice Smith, Sophia Lillis, Hugh Grant, and Chloe Coleman. As always, we're going to be doing a spoiler and non-spoiler review. But we're going to start with the non-spoiler review. We'll start with letter grades. What do you guys have this movie at?
I have it as a solid B-.
B-?
Yeah.
Okay, what do you have it at?
The one time your grades
I knew he wasn't going to give this movie an A.
Yeah, no, this is definitely an A.
Yeah, this is a solid A for me.
Why do you guys always have the same grade? I just don't understand.
I had my grade set.
Because we enjoy movies.
So you say you really enjoy movies, but like you give B- to like good movies.
What was a good movie?
And C-.
that I gave B-?
A lot,
Which
bro.
one?
A
Which
lot.
one? Bring it up.
65?
65 was fucking trash. That motherfucker was a Z. It was all the way at the bottom.
You know what's so funny though? Is that
The child actress?
yes, Chloe Coleman was in 65. So when I saw her pop up in Dungeons and Dragons, my mind immediately went to 65. I was like, well, I guess she's getting the bag.
I don't know if this is a trope in Hollywood, but like it's the white male lead, and then they have like a black wife, and then she's just a child that they
I
use.
was thinking about that too. I was like, it's weird that it's happened twice
Yeah.
in like the last month.
Yeah.
I enjoyed the movie. I thought the CGI looked good. I thought the pacing was great.
The only part that bugged me was the look of the animals, the people.
Which animals?
Human.
Like the humanoids.
Oh, yeah, because they look, I know what you're saying, because the animals look CGI and then the humans looked like puppets, right? Like they look like they were more stiff. Jonathan was like the prime example.
Yeah, Jonathan.
Of,
yeah, there you
Jonathan.
go.
He looked exactly like that.
Well, I don't know if it's the problem of how he looked. Maybe I noticed with how he moved. He definitely moved like
Yeah, he looked like he was just.
Like a puppet, yeah,
Like
you're
he
right.
wobbled.
he exactly moved like a puppet.
I don't know if that was just meant to be like that because all the whatever the fuck you call them was like that, but
Humanoids?
Yeah, I just call
I
them
think,
humanoids.
yeah, I think that's what
Yeah.
they're called. For me, it was a solid movie. I just feel like it was trying to find its voice in this first movie, and I think they'll hit it out of the park if they get a sequel. Like they had like all the right ingredients. I just feel like they were still like finding out their voice in the movie.
we should play Dungeons and Dragons.
I'm telling you.
A really long game.
No, it can be short. It can be as long as...
There's that salon on behind Las Palmeras on
Yeah.
Main Street. They do games like that.
Oh yeah,
Like
there's a game shop.
D&D or-
Yeah.
Rat games, Smash Rat games, or whatever it's called.
Yeah, they do
Not
like game
Palmeras.
nights, so like D&D, Magic, all that kind of stuff.
'Cause
You
you-
guys went late.
No, we went at
we
7.
went to 7.
You went at 7? That's pretty late.
He's like...
Yeah, we go to
I'm,
movies at like 10, 11.
I know, he's
Yeah,
like, I'm in
sure.
bed by 6. Oh, he is.
No, that night
What time did he go?
I went at 6 too.
But it was packed.
Yeah, mine was. I told you mine was packed, but I had a tiny theater.
Ours was decent. It was
I thought it was packed.
no, we were like 5 rows from the top.
Puros
And
nerds.
All of those were packed.
That was gonna be my next thing. Like my theater was packed, and I know we're desk pop and we go over pop culture. And
Well, I'm a
movies
fellow
and all
nerd
that stuff.
too, so I can use the term in endearment. You know,
I don't want
'cause-
anyone to get butthurt out there. We're calling you nerds. We're calling you geeks, but
No, I am. I'm the first nerd, but
I'm not gonna lie, and I'm so sorry to say this, but my theater was a little stinky.
oh my
It was a little
god,
stinky.
no.
Like smelled.
Yeah,
Like
No, I know
like
what
half
stinky is.
like half these people were not wearing deodorant.
Yeah. No.
yeah. I feel you.
And I'm like, you people are falling right into the cliche.
I hate you.
I sat next to a kid who was like munching on popcorn like Dolpho, and
I was munching on popcorn.
It's Adolfo. He was
just the way you eat popcorn, and then he put all his fucking snacks on the armrest, and it was just
On
like
your side?
yeah, on my side. And like every time I would like move my arm, like, all you hear is the bags crunching and then moving around.
My theater had like a lot of good reactions, laughs. A lot of people were like,
Our theater clapped.
enjoying- No way.
They clapped at the beginning, bro.
I wasn't there.
Oh
when
yeah,
I-
you
I
weren't
went
at the beginning, but they clapped, and I was like, guys, what are we doing? This ain't Marvel. Like
At the beginning of a movie?
yeah, they clapped. I forgot for what reason they clapped, but they clapped for the movie. Let's get to the MVPs of the movie. We have an ensemble cast, so I don't know. I'm interested to hear what you guys think of the movie.
I'm gonna start it off.
Go for it.
Michelle Rodriguez.
Michelle Rodriguez?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Every day of the week.
That's crazy. I honestly thought she was like the not the weakest, but maybe it's the way the character is played. Because that character is played in a very
stupid way. She's like dumb.
Yeah.
not dumb, but boring. Like
yes, she seemed out of place.
yeah, but I think that was just a character. I think that was just character trait. So there's no blame to her.
I think it's just the way they wrote it.
Yeah.
'Cause
Yes, I think it's just the way they wrote it.
And which is fine. You can have those type of characters. I guess I'm more drawn to Chris Pine. Dude, he was so funny, and he really kept the movie moving for me. Like just how funny
I think
he
Chris
was.
Pine was hilarious too. Especially like at the beginning when he's giving a story to the council, and he's like, "It'd be a lot."
I don't know anything about Dungeons and Dragons, so I thought that was just like some random story he was coming up with.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What story? Oh, the story that he was like talking about to like make his case.
Yeah. I thought it was just some bullshit story.
So MVP goes to Chris Pine.
Yeah, my MVP
I
is Chris Pine.
I want it to be official.
Yeah,
so
no,
when I
you
put
gotta-
it on the screen. It's like Chris Pine, and then
Fireworks and everything. Jazz hands. So I think everybody bounced off of each other really well. Chris Pine's character was the driving focal point. Like everybody bounced off of him.
Yeah.
Really, really good. Like anytime anything happened, it went back to him.
Yeah.
Anytime.
And he was really funny with it. I did not think Chris Pine could be this funny, but
I didn't either.
He's a bard. Like he's literally, you know.
He played it down to the T.
What exactly does he do besides being useless?
That's what he said. He said he's the guy who makes plans.
Yeah. That's in the trailer, so that's not a spoiler.
And he plays. He's the guy who plays
the little harp. Or whatever the fuck.
Yeah. The harp. Yeah. That's
Is
what
it a harp?
right?
No, it's not a harp. A harp is like.
It's like a little banjo.
Yeah, it's like
I
a little
thought it was a
banjo.
harp.
No,
A harp is that big ass one.
Yeah, harp is the big one. Like people sit down there and like play.
Like, they play at like church weddings.
For the people who want to watch it, I'm just going to give a quick description. It's about these thieves who have honor. And there's among. And they're among people.
They're among us. Also, for those of you guys that think he has notes, he doesn't.
He doesn't. It's just a cool poster that they got. the night they went. So they went to a special screening. So they got to watch the movie. Yeah, they got to watch the movie before anybody else.
Before this guy.
That's a Despop exclusive right here, you know.
So, as always, the sponsor of this video
Is Despop. That's us. Make sure to like, follow, comment, subscribe, and please share this with your Mima.
That brings us to the spoiler part of this movie. So if you guys haven't watched the movie, I do recommend the movie.
Do you like the way the movie started with his backstory?
Yes, I thought that was so funny, bro.
I thought it was so hilarious.
was the funniest part of the whole movie. He kept asking for Jonathan, and every time he would go into his story, he'd be like, this is something Jonathan, I think, would like. Is he coming? Like, where is he at? And he just kept asking for him, and I thought that was the funniest part, bro.
I thought it was so funny that as soon as Jonathan walks in the door, he like smashes out the window. And they're like, "Well, we granted your parole."
I knew that was gonna happen too, bro. I was like, I bet you anything, dude. They're gonna get their parole, and they just.
So I thought when they jumped out the window, I was like, "Oh, Jonathan is gonna open his wings right away."
Yeah,
he's an eagle, dude. It's like the cliff.
Dude, that guy like waited until the last second. He was like, "I'm
he
taking
like,
out with
the
me."
cliff, and then he like takes off. That was so funny. I just didn't expect that. And then they check on him. They're like, "Yeah, he's still alive."
Yeah,
It's good.
And then they go and steal horses. How mad would you be if you woke up and your horse is gone?
the amount of noise they were making, scrunching like the grass, and they ran up on that place. You think?
I know.
You think?
Oh,
someone
the
would hear
horses,
it.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah, because
horses.
they were on the little tents and everything.
Yeah, bro. Like they just sold
They
two
literally
horses.
ran through the middle of the tent, like not even around, like straight through the middle.
Also, I was telling Daniel, I was like, bro, they're like walking, it feels like a really long distance.
Yeah, I think they were.
Yeah, they walked for a good like month and a half before they got anywhere.
They had to.
But so pretty much they're in jail because they pulled off this heist. They had this team already with Forge and a Dark Wizard who was helping them, steal something.
Who
But
they didn't know was a dark wizard
Yes.
at the time.
Yes,
Or
at the time.
a red wizard. If we're
oh
sorry.
yeah, red
We're
wizard.
sorry.
Did I say dark?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
No, I agreed with you, but I forgot
No,
the
yeah,
term.
it's a red wizard.
Well, technically,
And
she is a dark wizard, but
the red wizards are really dangerous. They killed Chris
on sight.
Pine's wife.
yeah.
That's what they killed. And pretty much Chris Pine's whole motive for going on this one last run, pretty much. Like that was like he was gonna stop after this was to bring back his wife.
So let me just cut you off real quick before I forget. There was points in the movie where the plot seemed like Onward in Pixar
What do you mean by that?
with like the revival.
Oh yeah. They have to. Yeah. I understand what you're trying to say.
I was like, dude, I'm watching a live action Onward.
Never saw it, so I don't know.
Well, Onward
we'll
does
talk
have like
magic.
magical
Yeah,
creatures and all that.
and stuff.
But
We'll
it's-
talk about that more later. I just wanted to bring it up now before I forget.
Forge pretty much backstabs them.
He has a wizard do a
Time stop,
time stop
dilation.
Yeah.
spell and they get caught.
Pronouncing
And
it.
that's also why I give it a B- because throughout the whole movie, like I was like, I feel like I was paying attention, and like the whole time I was telling Daniel, I was like, what just happened? Like I don't understand why they're like,
Yeah, he kept asking me like shit. He was like, so what happened?
because like I was like, bro, like I just felt like it didn't make
I think
sense. And they get caught, and Justice Smith, Simon, makes it away.
Yes.
Oh, I have
The second-rate sorcerer.
yeah.
Yeah.
And he comes from a long line of wizards, and he sucks as a wizard.
Yeah, he's the worst one. He's
like the worst one in this whole
And you know
family tree.
what sucks is that Edgin, is it Edgin?
Edgin.
We're calling him Wewin
Okay. Edgin is pretty much now he's not with his daughter for like 2 years.
because he said he's on the second year, right, of his
Of their sentence.
of their sentence
Yeah.
when he breaks out.
Which isn't too bad. Like you go and steal like this, like what I feel like it's a felony, no? Like you're robbing a bank here. Like,
Yeah, I'm assuming it's like robbing a bank.
well, okay.
I guess so, because they said it was like one of those places where it's like super hard to break into. So
Yeah.
had to be up there.
up there with the felony, like this is like
Yeah, that's like the top level.
top level. And you think probation? They get probation officers too, like if they granted parole and all that, or do you think they're just free?
I don't know.
Well, they probably have like a spell where they're like,
Yeah, they probably have like a spell like
like
those,
a fucking like a tracker.
You know what? We're gonna talk a lot about, like, I feel like this movie has so much, but the prison itself. So the way it's built, there's no rails. So like, I understand that they have them cuffed and there's like a line, so they stay in that line. But I feel like one little push and the guards are falling for a minute. You know, I don't know if you got that feeling, but when I looked at that prison, I was like, that seems like a design flaw, my boy.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like at least put some
Like,
rails.
who approved this?
Where's the architect at? You know,
We see Chris Pine's character, Michelle Rodriguez's character.
they're looking for their daughter.
They're looking for their daughter. When they go back to the old house, they realize that it's empty.
I'd say their daughter because she practically helped raise her from a baby.
Well, that's a spoiler, which we're already in the spoiler. So if you're still watching, we already told
Yeah,
you.
we already told you.
But that's pretty much the whole like ending. The whole ending revolves around Holga being the mother figure of Edgin's daughter, which is Kira. I'm like forgetting people's names, bro.
I like the way he did that, which is Kira. That's a good one.
We're keeping that in.
So then they're like, all right, we got to build a team. The first person they look for is Simon. And
Well, you guys are skipping a whole bunch of parts.
What? No.
They go straight to the castle before they get the team together.
they do.
They go to the castle. They find the
Forge.
daughter, and they find that Forge is the
con
lord.
man. Oh well, yeah.
He's the lord of that place.
the
I don't
mayor.
know.
He got political rise. He got the votes, and the Red Wizard put the old mayor in a like spell.
Yeah, in a spell, in a coma.
Yes, sir. You're right.
I was surprised we saw his daughter this early.
What do you mean?
No, I think it went right because him being the con man convinced her that they went to get rich and just left her behind.
So Kira thinks that Edgin went for money, but he went to save his mom. Which
Her mom.
Your mom.
it was really funny because all I was thinking was that Chris Pine is really horny on the timeline. He was like, maybe we should not save Holga. That's what I was laughing.
He was, yeah.
Yeah, Duffus just started laughing out of nowhere. And I was like,
A
what's wrong
very
with you?
serious moment too. Like everybody was crying. It was a serious moment, and
everybody
I
was
just
crying.
it was a very sad moment, right? And all I could think of was when this guy we were talking about the dead girl, or whatever, and he was like, "One last fuck." You remember that? And then I was like, "What? No." And I was like, "Chris Pine is just like one last fuck." You know, like
Please, yeah.
in my head, I was like, man, he's really horny on the timeline right now. So the horny on the timeline award goes to Chris Pine. Character's Edgin this. I'm gonna try and find a horny on the timeline award for each movie or something.
Just gonna be a little dick or something.
I don't think we can show that.
Angel, you
can blur it out.
You're very close to
Why show it if
winning
you're
out the
gonna
award.
When he got the award, I just one up.
You just edged out. But yeah, that's the only reason why I want to bring that up, because that was really funny. And
I don't know.
I mean, while we're talking about it,
My horny on the timeline player award goes to Simon.
yes, okay.
It goes to Simon. Simon wins by a country mile.
why?
So he's trying to get with the druid.
Oh yeah.
He's trying to court her.
Yeah,
The first time
Doric.
he Doric. thought you got a message.
No, I wouldn't.
He's like, yeah, I tried courting you and it failed miserably.
She didn't even remember who he was.
But I like how throughout the whole movie, he's like, not bad for a second date, huh? Like, he's already like, the way he says it, like, he's trying to like brainwash her into being like, yeah, this is a date.
Yeah.
Like, we're on a date.
If you fail, just try again.
And then if you keep failing after that, maybe learn some magic.
Yeah, learn some magic.
Yeah.
And be the greatest
Who said
wizard.
chicks don't love magic?
No, they do, bro. I bet you anything. I have a card trick. I know a card trick. I do. Somebody bring out a deck of cards.
Mima.
But I did like that pairing, Doric and
Simon.
That was a great pairing.
That was a great pairing.
And I thought it was funny too that Holga and Edgin were the whole time like people would think they were a couple, and they're like, no, we're not
brother and sister.
Yeah. And then the funniest part, this whole thing is just gonna be horny on the timeline. Holga and Bradley Cooper's character.
Oh my god, that was so great. So once they got like the team together, they go to Holga's old house. She's like, I just gotta pick some stuff up, but it's like she has no closure. First of all,
well,
that's what it was. She wanted closure.
Yeah, she wanted closure.
That's like one of your friends, like, hey, I left my sweater at your place. Can I come get it? Like for your ex. And you're like, no, bro, you don't have to come. You lost. You lost the sweater. It's over, bro. Don't go.
Bradley Cooper was a good surprise.
It was because we were looking at him. We were like, that's Bradley Cooper.
Yeah, I know. Me too. It's because when he first came on screen, it was from like a far away.
Yeah.
So and obviously he's a midget.
I don't think we noticed until
I didn't notice either.
Like he sat in the chair.
Yeah, I was like, man, is that Bradley Cooper? And then the close up, I was like, that's Bradley Cooper. Honestly, this movie's very horny because at the end of the movie, it just reminded me of the midget. At the end of the movie, when they get their award,
she's over here like showing off her cleavage while she looks down.
She has a type.
Yeah, she has a type. When she saw the little one and then she like bites her lip, she's like,
so they're going on a quest with Regine Page. Regine.
Yeah, what's his character's name?
Yeah, it's Reggae Gene.
Reggae. I hate you. Zank.
Yes.
Jonk.
No, I think it's Zank.
So they're trying to get this helmet that's gonna like get them into the games.
It's
There's
a helmet that lets them unlock the door that the Red Wizard put a spell on. They're trying to get into the vault because they're trying to steal the money and the
revival stone.
The revival stone.
Yes.
Just to get to the dragon. The dragon was really funny because it's a fat dragon.
It's a fat dragon that can't fly. No. It can barely walk. It can barely jump.
It's like
it's so fat that it doesn't even breathe fire. It just sparks.
He was heavy breathing.
Well, I like the reveal because obviously, like, it's one of those cliche dragon reveals where it comes out of a cave. So you're expecting like
a big dragon.
A big dragon. It was a big dragon, but not
the way it slid down. So they're on that hill. So he's not really running, or he's just using its momentum of the hill to like go towards them. So I feel like the whole time he's just using his momentum.
Pretty much.
Funny because you fat.
And another favorite scene was when they're trying to revive the dead. So before that,
that scene was hilarious.
They're trying to figure out where the helmet's at, so they have to ask
everyone. Yeah. So, dude, that scene got the most laughs in my theater.
It was hilarious.
Like, especially the first one when he's like, "Is that a question?" Yes.
Well, I hate that because that's in the trailer, and I hate when they put the jokes in the trailer, bro. Because I've already seen this scene, so like I feel like now I'm just like trying to get
through. Like you're just trying to get through.
Yeah, because I've already seen it.
It was still funny.
But it was hilarious. No, I do agree because they kept asking, and it got to a point where they would just need one question, and they're like, "Well, now we just gotta ask them random ask what's your favorite color?"
They had to think about it first. Like,
I like yellow, but I like red. But
and the little flashback showing how they died too was hilarious.
Oh, I like that too. That was cool.
The guy who dies in the tub.
Yeah, he's like, "So what happened next?" "Oh no, I died."
That's right.
No, I died.
That's exactly what happened.
Imagine that's how you die. Your homies are out there fighting for their lives.
One of the homies was sitting right next to the tub.
Where the fuck is Adolfo? Adolfo's over there taking a bubble bath.
Yeah, nobody told me the war started.
Screaming and dying, explosions.
I'm exfoliating my...
Opening up your pores. feel like the last part was too long, or do you feel like it progressed well and it buttoned everything up nicely?
I think it progressed well.
Like I think my main problem is that I felt like Forge was a great villain, and they didn't need a world ending. Like I feel like this would have been a catastrophe. I feel like this could have been like a teaser for like a second movie or a third movie where now they're trying to take over the realm, the city or whatever. And Forge would have been just a great villain to defeat because they were just trying to get there.
They did leave him alive, so he'll probably come back for the second movie.
Hey,
I know, but what he's trying to say is
no, I know what he's saying, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, I felt like that was a cliche,
Like how do you one up this ending?
Yeah.
Because this ending was big, dramatic, and
that's what I hate about Marvel too, is that like they keep trying to one up themselves, and they don't have to. They can just do we're just trying to stop this guy because he has my daughter, and that's all the motivation you need. It felt flat to me, and that's why I didn't like the ending. Well, so the themes of the movie is who's your mom, like who's your guard, like who's your parental figure, I guess.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the movie, Holga dies. And she dies the same way the mom died with the red wizard blade. And you can't be revived by normal means.
There's only one way. There's only one way.
I guess a lot of people can get revived in this universe.
Not revived. You can't be saved. You can't save her from dying.
Okay.
So like if you were to get stabbed by the red wizard's blade, I would have to let you die.
Yeah, because there's nothing. Okay, that makes way more sense.
Like there's not a cure for it. But I'd be like, damn, that's crazy, man. I'm out of tablets.
You like shove like 2 in your pocket, like, bro, damn.
That's what Chris Pine should have done. He was like, damn, Olga, it's tough luck, bro. Like
he should have hit her with the
damn, that's crazy.
With the Drake meme where he's like
no, that just reminded me of something. Give me a sec. Oh, also what fell flat was Holga and Kira's relationship, because they showed flashbacks when she was dying. I was like, bro, like why you could have showed this throughout the movie, because I didn't really feel that connection between like. Yeah, they did show a little bit when they first met. Like,
well, they did go through a couple flashbacks when they started talking about.
Yeah, but that was all it was. It was just flashbacks.
I guess, maybe I felt like
No. I didn't feel like a big connection, but there was a little something.
Yeah.
How mad do you think like Disney like writers were watching that ending? It stole my flow, bar for bar, word for word. But that's exactly what happens in Onward, that Pixar movie we were talking about. Yeah. Where the two brothers go off and try to find their dad because they have the revival spell. The younger brother is obsessed with meeting his dad because he never got to meet him. But at the end of the movie, he realizes that his older brother is like his father figure to him. And that his older brother actually met his dad. So he's the one who should go meet his dad. Yeah. Not him. So it's almost the same thing here where it's like, okay, Holga is like the mother to my daughter. My daughter actually never met her mom.
Yeah.
So do you like the end credit scene?
The mid-credit scene?
Mid-credit scene, I'm sorry.
It was
What was it again?
It was just the funny part where he was like, "Is somebody gonna ask me a question?"
Someone can ask me a question. It was alright.
Yeah, it was okay. I thought it was gonna set up like a second movie more.
Yeah, we thought so too.
But I think they're holding off on it because I'm not sure. Okay, so
I'm assuming they're gonna want to see how much profit or
that
how
was
much,
gonna be my next question.
What the revenue and all.
What do you think the box office is gonna be for this movie?
So it made 15 million its first day.
First day.
So I'm assuming throughout the weekend it might make about 40 or 50 million.
Does anybody have the budget pulled up?
Oh no.
The budget is 150.
150 for this movie?
That's an expensive movie.
And I think it's only expensive because of the ensemble cast.
No, because of the CGI.
Well, that too.
I don't think the cast is that expensive.
You don't think so?
No,
I don't know,
they're not big name actors.
I mean, they used to be.
Serious?
I think Chris Pine, Michelle Rodriguez.
Even like Bradley Cooper. I'm pretty sure Bradley Cooper charged a good amount for his.
Yeah, he definitely got
He
a
did
bag.
this for fun.
Yeah, okay.
No, that's not what you're doing anything for fun.
Yeah, that's one of those, like, I hit up my friend, like, hey, can you do a quick cameo for me? Please.
I got you. 150 you said?
Yeah, 150. So I want to say it has to reach up to like 400.
Yeah.
Well, worldwide. I don't think, oh my God.
I was going to say 350 is what, if 350 is on the high end. I feel like.
Dude, I don't even think it's going to reach 200 million.
You think it will just break even?
Yeah, it's because, like, I think it's a good movie. People should watch it, but I just...
For the general audience, I think they're gonna be like, I'm not into like dragons and wizards.
And you know what, man? I've been wrong before.
All the time. People say that all the time. And I've said like, oh, I'm not gonna like this because I don't enjoy any of this. But I've gone and watched the movie and I was like, oh, I like that.
I like that. Yeah.
91%.
91% Rotten Tomatoes.
Rotten Tomatoes. The critic score is 91. The audience is 93.
Okay, so people like the movie.
Yeah,
like
and it's an A- on the cinema score, and that's usually a good
indicator
of how much money it's gonna make.
Yep.
I think it's gonna have legs because I think I do think people should watch it. And I think word of mouth is gonna get out.
I think what's gonna hurt the movie is the timing of when it came out.
Well, because Super Mario's coming out next week.
Super Mario's literally.
But also April doesn't have a lot of movies. It's pretty much Super Mario and that's it. And I think we might.
Super Mario's gonna be big.
No, it is,
it's
but
gonna be big.
but like people can choose. You know, like you're not gonna have a big movie until Guardian. So at that point, D&D can like play all.
It's
April.
crazy that D&D chose to release at the end of March when, like you said, April's pretty free.
They had it. Remember? So if you look at our movie review 2023, like our previews,
which we'll link down below.
This movie was coming out early March. It was a double header with
John Wick.
No.
Yeah,
John Wick just came out.
I know.
No. It was the beginning. What
Creed?
movie? Creed. Yes.
Yeah. Because we were talking about we were gonna have a busy weekend because we were gonna go watch that.
That's right. 2 movies in a week.
Yeah, we had that twice. We had that with Scream. Like we were like talking about it. So it was with Creed, and I think they moved it because there was nothing this weekend, so they didn't want competition. And which I think is smart. They should have done it because Creed 3 would have killed it, bro.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for watching our review of Dungeons and Dragons: Honor Among Thieves. That's the poster right there. We're gonna be selling that on our Patreon, signed by the Despop crew.
That's a joke. We do not have a Patreon
yet. Let us know what you thought about the movie down below. Where do you have it ranked for your 2023 movies? And are you expecting a sequel? Are you excited for a sequel? And where do you think it's going to go forward?